Pull up.
Hey, this is the pull-up show. We still got the key in the dough. Welcome to another Tony and Tony All Things podcast. This is the pull-up edition, and I need you to pull up on me. Yeah! Pull up on me. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Today we're talking about the Bears versus the Commanders. 25-24, the Bears came through, and Moody, the Chicago hero, came in and did his game winner. So, this game at the very start looked like a domination by the Bears. 2 field goals coming down, converting. Going back, then you see another touchdown, Caleb Williams running it in. And then for some reason, you started getting a little panic as the Bears fans. Because you're seeing Washington come back. They're fighting. They're doing what they got. Fourth quarter, they're still up. You guys are down by 8. Next thing you know, you get another DeAndre Swift pass, and then when you come in at the game winner at the very end while the Bears march it down on the Commanders. Now, I want to point out this, time and time again, this stat line for Caleb Williams is going to be consistent throughout his time there. Like I said, when Jalen Hurts, or let's just keep it like that, when Jalen Hurts plays this way and he wins the game, they're saying that he's a good quarterback, and he had a good game. Caleb Williams, when he has his stats, people are going to say Caleb Williams did good, and he had a good game. This stat line will be what Caleb Williams will continually do. And I don't know about you, when a quarterback can win with this stat line and play this way, and there's no turnovers by him, I think it goes down the right path of, yeah, this guy is probably going to be here for a while doing some good things. Now, I know the Bears haven't had a lot of good quarterbacks after a few years. We can argue about Justin Fields, and we can argue about how the organization just couldn't build around him or they gave up on him too soon. But this is the quarterback that you're going to want and look for. Look at Jaden Daniels. Yes, he has 3 touchdowns, but he also has an interception, a clutch one, by the way. And some people may say, well, more touchdowns the better. But when your quarterback can consistently not turn the ball over and move the ball around, I don't know how much happier you can be. But this does not go on Caleb Williams for the W. We want to talk about DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift, okay? So, DeAndre Swift came through and had a great game for you guys. 108 yards on the ground. Also, 67 on the pass. And he had a 55 long break. That is a very good game for DeAndre Swift, especially when I'm always saying DeAndre Swift couldn't find a hole in Swiss cheese. Like, I mean, there's times and times DeAndre Swift can't find the hole or run through the hole, but he's running more aggressive. He's been doing more. On 14 carries, he had 108 yards, and he's averaging 7.7 yards per carry. When you look at that and you see that, that's very good. It's more than very good. It's exceptional, especially in the NFL when you're looking for a pristine running back. You're looking for a running back that can get you in and out and get you a lot more yards than what you're hoping for. He did that. So I know everybody's going about Jake Moody and how it's let's just say a movie-esque type of story, but DeAndre Swift played really well, and I won't be shying away to admit that is really good. And not only did they do that, they beat the Commanders, and you know I'm a Giants fan, so I needed that to happen. I have to say, Luther Burden from Missouri coming onto this team has really changed. I like the concept that if you block well, you'll get the ball. And I saw it. Luther Burden came through, he clutched up, and I really want to just point out something that I keep seeing, and I'm wondering if they're going to do more of. But DJ Moore, I'm hoping that they're going to use him more like Deebo Samuel. But with the scheme that they're running, if they're winning games, they're winning games, and you can't complain. You can't complain with winning games. You can't complain going down, getting field goals, scoring points. You can't complain about those things. But then on the other side, when you look at Deebo Samuel, he didn't really do much either. DJ Moore was a better Deebo Samuel build than the actual Deebo Samuel. So I'm still wondering how this is going to go for DJ Moore. You pay him a bunch of money. You give him a lot of things. He got targeted 5 times. You put the ball into his hands a few extra more times, a couple more carries. But I'm really wondering, is DJ Moore going to be able to fill out the way that he's supposed to fill out, or are we just going to see more of Luther Burden or Romaduzier. It's hand in hand. And Colson Loveland, I'm really looking forward to see that he's going to do something more. And Cole Kmet, unfortunately, he had one reception that didn't really do anything for him, but he had 2 targets. But looking back at this game, you kind of wonder, are the Bears going to be this team that's going to be scraping and grinding for every yard, scraping and grinding for every point? Are the Bears team the type of team that you can't count out until the final whistle? The Bears surprised me. I thought the game was over. They drove down the field. Somehow they kept going. You know that sometimes when you're watching a team and you see something bad happen and you kind of like clench up like, I don't know how they're going to get out of this one. That's how the Bears had me on that final drive, and they just got down the field and did a really good job finishing the game. Now, on third down, they were 3 of 10. That's not good. 30% on third down. You can look for something to be a little better. On fourth down, they didn't convert once, but you also can say that the Bears did just as decent as well holding on defense on third down, which is really important. The time of possession was more for the Commanders, but when the time of possession really counted, it counted for the Bears. Trim and Edmonds had 12 tackles, which is what you want to see, but at the end of the day, the Bears did a very good job on defense. But when you look at the passing, you understand that coverage team could do a little better, but when you keep a quarterback to just around 200 yards, of course he scored those 3 touchdowns, you're looking more for the Bears to not give up. I wouldn't really say looking for them to get a lot of stops. I would say for them not to give up, because you know that every game that they go into is going to be one that they're going to have to fight the most for, because one, their defense doesn't have a lot of stars, if any, and what they're really looking for that defense is to complete games and finish games even when the games are tough and hard for themselves. So Chicago is just like my Giants. They're at the bottom of the standings, but things are looking good for them. Things are looking up. They are right at the point where they're basically even with everybody in their conference, and if they really get down to it, if they really look forward to it, they have a team, the Saints, that may be looking for another win, but they can guarantee themselves a win with a great start like they've always had. Now, we always say whenever the Bears start on their first drive or whenever they come out in the first quarter or whenever the game starts, they look really good. They look really good. And then you get kind of scared in the middle part because you're not seeing much action, you're not seeing them score, you're not seeing nothing go down for them. And people tend to start worrying like, man, is this Bears team going to be able to finish games? Now, right now, the Bears are looking like they could be a team that you can't just check off the list anymore saying, this should be a win. All right, we should be able to clamp down on Caleb Williams. We should be able to. Right now, this team is looking more and more resilient than what I saw from last year. Looking more resilient from their early losses. They're looking like a team that you want to root for when the odds are against them. So what I mean by that is rooting for this team, thinking that this team can't get any better, that Caleb Williams isn't the quarterback that you thought he was. Like I said before, Caleb Williams doesn't really turn the ball over, and also Caleb Williams is doing a good job of just organizing that offense and doing what he has to do. Now, I know the coach says, I need you more like a point guard, which to me sometimes feels like it limits Caleb Williams from making throws and possibilities that I know he wants to make. But if they're winning games off that mentality, then, I can't really be mad about that, because at the end of the day, they're in a chance where they can move up in their standing. They can get past the Vikings. They can get past the Lions, which I don't know if the Lions really are going to be able to get past because they've been playing really well. But they can move up in their division. I don't know how strong Green Bay can really be this year, but I do believe the Bears have a chance of beating them. Now, the Bears are really good at getting turnovers. They got the turnovers from the Commanders. They got the ball back. And it kind of gives you that feeling of that old school Brian Urlacher, Lance Briggs, Peanut type of defense where the defense really needs to come in and they need to make the plays because the offense only eats off of them. So, with this Bears team, I'm really, really surprised. Really surprised they beat the Commanders. I'm happy to beat the Commanders because that gets us one game closer as a Giant to get back up moving in our conference. Now, I am surprised on the Commanders' part that they weren't able to clutch up at the very last drive after being able to shut them down for majority of that entire second half. Now, that breakaway touchdown by Swift was really clutch because when you're looking at it, it's kind of like you're biting your nails as a Giant or as a Bears fan, thinking, "Man, this game might be over. We haven't been able to move the ball. The score's not going." And just 3 plays, you get this big explosive play that changes everything. And then the Bears hold the Commanders from not scoring again. Then you see that drive that ends in Jake Moody's 38-yard field goal, and it's a storyteller over again. So I really look forward to seeing this Bears team progress. Really look forward to seeing this Bears team come back around and show the league that they're not a team that you can just throw away and give up on. But I'm also looking forward to seeing if this defense can keep making magic happen and getting the ball back into their key and star players. Now, if I was the Bears organization, and if I was on the Bears team, and if I was thinking like the Bears, the best thing I would do is find more ways to get DJ Moore the ball, or find more ways to get him double teamed so Luther Burden and Roma Duzier and Cole Kmet and Lovestead just get more one-on-one opportunities. Because right now, if Caleb Williams can get them the ball, it can open up those hard-hitting runs from DeAndre Swift. They got a good game plan that works for that offense. And even on a low-budget defense, it looks like they're going to be off pretty good. So that's about all I have to really say about that game. I'm really looking forward to it. I know my dad is ecstatic that they won. I know he's looking forward to the Saints game, thinking that it should be an easy go-ahead win. But I thought the same thing as the Giants, and we turned the ball over more and gave them the ball time and time again. So I'm really hoping that we get to see a good team in the Bears. And I won't say that they're really a great team, but a good team in the Bears come out and play and beat the Saints. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you for joining another Tony and Tony. And I need you to pull up on me. Pull up on me. I'll see you guys next time.
Pull up.
Hey, this is the pull-up show. We still got the key in the door.